How's it going, everybody? You got the Razman coming at you here with another Sony Vegas Pro tutorial. This one is an impromptu tutorial from my good buddy FK Vlogs, as Frankie was having some render issues with Vegas, and I just wanted to make sure that I tried to help her out because I'm pretty sure that I know what her problem is. Her problem has to do with the fact that she uses the WMV codec. This is a codec that a lot of people use because they know that it compresses your video file and makes it smaller for YouTube and helps with upload time. But in actuality, it doesn't just do that, it actually decreases the video quality from your inherent video that you shoot or film, and it actually will sometimes create upload issues because it's just a really funky, really weird codec that you do not want to use. So, what we're going to take a look at here today is a codec that will actually decrease the size of your file to help with the YouTube uploading, but won't mess with the inherent video quality that your camera shoots in. So if your camera, like mine or like most proper cameras, whether it's like the handheld cameras or the full size studio level cameras, if it's a mobile camera or a GoPro that actually shoots an MP4, or whether you shoot an AVI, or it really doesn't matter. As long as you shoot in anything that's higher quality than WMV to begin with, this codec is going to be genius for you. It's the .mov codec, and what it does, as I was saying, was it makes the file size smaller, but it doesn't actually mess with your inherent video quality at all. So you'll find when you start rendering with this codec that your YouTube videos are probably going to end up looking a lot better than what they have before, even with YouTube's compression that it needs to do in order for the site to run properly and not crash all the time with everybody's high quality videos that they have. So the first step you want to have, make sure you do, is you want to make sure that you have QuickTime installed on your computer. So if you don't have it, you just want to go to this URL here, apple.com/quicktime/download/. If you don't think you're going to remember that, just simply go to go to Chrome and go to Google and browse it and just search download QuickTime and you'll see it. You just click download now, get it on your system, and you should be good to go. You should not need the pro version of QuickTime for this to work, but if you find that you do, just private message me and I'll make sure to give you my username. Multiple people use my username, so it's not going to do anything to it if more than one person uses that username. But you absolutely do have to have QuickTime Player installed on your system or the .mov codec will not work. So once QuickTime is installed on your system, you want to go to your Vegas. I have Pro 13, but this should work on any version of Pro dating back to version Pro 10, which is where I found this. I do not know about Platinum because I haven't had to utilize the Platinum Edition in a number of years. So I'm sorry if I can't help you out there. But yeah, you just click on your Vegas. I just have a random piece of raw footage loaded, and of course this is just my workstation. Everybody's workstation probably gonna look a little bit differently, what they like to use and not use. That kind of stuff doesn't matter in this case. So we just click the render as button, and as you can see, I already have it set as my YouTube 1080p default. But if you don't have it set up as a default, which obviously you wouldn't if you're watching this tutorial, more than likely, it's really easy to set up. You just click on this one that says 3 Mbps video, go to customize template, and the first step is to change it from NTSC square 640 by 460, or I think it's maybe 640 by 480. I'm not entirely sure right now, to be honest. what it is, but you just click it and you change it from that to your high definition 720p or 1080p video, depending on how high your camera will go, or whether or not, if you have a 720p camera, you want to upconvert to 1080p quality so it looks slightly better on YouTube. From there, you see that it defaults to 15 frames per second, which you absolutely do not want. You want to change that from that to the default output of your camera, whether it's 24 frames per second, or your 30 frames per second, which is actually listed as 29.97. So in my case, my camera is 29.97, so that's what I'll use as the example here, but it works for either one. From there, your video settings are going to be fine. So the next thing you want to do is click on audio, and you want to make sure that you change it from the default one that you see on your screen here, the music one, to uncompressed. Once you do that, your video audio will be as high as it can possibly go for these settings, and everything else in the actual default is perfectly fine. So here's where you can save it as a default. So to do that, you just backspace that here and you name it whatever you want to name it. I suggest YouTube 1080p or YouTube 720p so that it'll be easy for you to remember, and then you just click the little save icon here and your default will be saved. Since mine already is, we'll just exit the window. Or sorry, you click OK, you don't click the X, my bad. You click OK to exit the window. So once it's set up, you're good to go and you just click render. Now, the thing you're going to notice is that when you click render, you're actually not going to see anything on your preview window until you get to 10%. That is perfectly fine. That is what's supposed to happen, so don't panic when you see that. I also recommend, if you're able to do so, make sure that you don't have anything else running on your computer at the time you are rendering, and that way you can go into your process settings on Windows through your task manager, right click on your Vegas process and set it to high. That will allow your render to go a little bit faster than normal, which I find helps a little bit. So if you found this tutorial helpful here today, please give it a thumbs up, recommend it to your friends, and if you're new here and you like what you saw here today, please subscribe, because I would love to see you again. And as always, this is reality according to the Razman, and Razman style is not just a catchphrase, but a way of life.